your favorite peak while riding motorcycle, on road or off road?
On road.
On road. If you could narrate a documentary about your life, what would it be called?
Things keep happening. Kept happening, I would
Kept
say.
happening.
Yeah, things
Okay.
kept happening. Nola, Nordomat put bang ase, kekura
You were
ase.
size mana.
এইবিলাক চাই আহোঁতে it used to take a lot of time. Punch খাই পৰি যোৱাটো ডাঙৰ কথা নহয়. But to get up and again get up on that fight. तिरछे तीर नजर के लगते हैं सीधा दिल पे निशाना लगता है सीधा दिल पे निशाना लगता है.
If your life had a theme song,
Yeah.
what would it be? What would it be?
ये हौसला कैसे झुके, ये आरज़ू कैसे रुके.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk. I'm your host Monisha, and today I'm here with another special guest who is a multi-talented personality, a singer, an actor, a voiceover artist, and the list goes on. Please welcome Reeky Sharma. Reeky da, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for having me here, and thank you so much for calling me to this wonderful program.
আপুনি আহিছে বহুত ভাল লাগিছে একচুৱেলি মই নাৰ্ভাছো হৈ আছোঁ বৰ্তমান চ' আৰু এইটো ক'ব গ'লে এটা স্পেচিয়েল আমাৰ কাৰণে কাৰণ নিউ ইয়েৰ পৰিছে আৰু প্ৰথম গেষ্ট আপুনি হয় আমাৰ চ' ইটছ আ স্পেচিয়েল থিং ফৰ আছ চ' এতিয়া আপোনাক মই ফাৰ্ষ্ট কথাটো সুধিম যে আপুনি ইমানকেইটা মানে কি কয় ৰোল প্লে কৰে আপোনাৰ লাইফত চ' লাইক কি ক'ব মানে আপোনাৰ এনেকুৱা এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চটো জনাব মানে ইমানকেইটা ৰোল আপুনি প্লে কৰে এংকাৰ আপুনি ভইচ অভাৰ আৰ্টিষ্ট এক্টাৰ এণ্টাৰপ্ৰেনাৰ মানে বহুতকেইটা ৰোল প্লে কৰি আছে চ' মানে অলপমান
Well, কেনেকৈ কওঁ এতিয়া ফাৰ্ষ্ট মই থিংছ হেপেন ফৰ মি মই প্ৰথম ভাবিলোঁ যে মই মানে আমাৰ দিনত যেনেকুৱা এটা থট প্ৰচেছ আছিলে কিবা এটা টেকনিকেল ষ্টাডি কৰিব লাগে চাকৰি কৰিব লাগে and I was under that impression. But blessing in disguise বুলি কওঁ that economical condition এনেকুৱা আছিলে that after my graduation I couldn't go outside.
Okay.
So then I decided that যিহেতু মই বাহিৰত যাব নোৱাৰো then let me do something here. So একদম প্ৰথমতে মই দেউতাৰ printing press এটা আছিল. So I first got into it because I used to find printing a little interesting. Designing আছে কিবা আছে printing of paper. But 6 months into it and then I told my dad that I think I want to continue with my studies. So then Cottonor pra EDC pra I did Masscom korar pisot again another friend of mine who was with me in Masscom, she was already hosting a morning show in Northeast Television, which was the first satellite television of Northeast.
Yes,
So her co-anchor left the job.
Okay.
So she was having to wake up at 5 in the morning every day. So then she was like, Reeky, toy aana, toy please a show to call. I'm like, I'm not someone who can be in front of the camera. Maybe I can think of doing something behind the camera, but not in front of the camera. She said, toy khali ebar ahi ebar production control room at bo and look into it if you can. So that happened, and then tarpra mane they told me to go live, and that show was live. It was not a recorded show.
First time কৰিছিল আপুনি
And first time, so without even a teleprompter or anything, you have to analyze newspapers, show it to the camera, which program which they have. I mean, like what are the important news in each newspapers, and then interview a particular artist who comes in the morning. So that happened, and then they liked my work. They told me to start reading news.
Okay.
When I started reading news, the English News Bulletin of Northeast Television, that's when some other avenues started to open up for me. Like people started to like my voice, which I did not realize earlier. They started to call me for anchoring. Slowly and steadily. I started getting anchoring shows. I started getting voiceovers. With voiceovers again, there is a lady. Her name is Sheila Sinha. She was working with Doordarshan earlier. On a contractual, I mean, like in Doordarshan, you know how it is. If you're not on payroll, you do projects with Doordarshan. So she hired me for a voiceover. So that particular day, the kind of inputs that she gave me because she was really impressed with my voice. But মোক ক'লে যে তই এইখিনি বস্তু এনেকুৱাকে কৰিলে it will be really good for you. So I picked all of that up, and then anchoring started. My news channel journey kept on going. Voiceovers kept happening, and acting, I would say, I've just started off. Yeah, so I was never ever confident about acting, but then that again, another friend of mine, Sharmishta, who's a brilliant singer, she wrote a script and she conceptualized and visualized that you are the perfect guy to play that role, and she said you have to do this. How do I put it? Ghamsa mulai goise when she told me, because Kenny was there, she was there, and we had to do certain rehearsals and all. But slowly and steadily, hekhini hol. And as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, I started off with audiovisual production to Assam baru, but other than that, I started my own campsite. So that is again a result of the fact that I personally like to travel. Plus, I was part of a lot of travelogues. So hey, travelogue bilak korute ba tenakwa jaga furute, I always thought like 2015 ot moi kisman festivals otu goisilu. Tat mane tenting camping korilu. Eneto thaki bhal lagile, but then kisuman facilities I did not like, which then I thought that if I put up a campsite, I'll make sure that these things are really on spot. So then I got together with my friend Ravi Mal, and then we started Nestle Camp. So that is my entrepreneurship
Nestle
journey.
Camp or eto saiso apuni jetia Instagram ot dia voice over khini iman dhuniya ke deno bhal lagi jay enuka lagi jay mane tate goi kene ebar goi kene sai ho kenekwa hoy mane gaor poribek jenekwa dekhai mane hatbur dekhai bozarbur dekhai bahut bhal lage ekhini sai kene.
No, you should come. Manas National Park is a less explored national park, relatively new. There are a lot of people who don't even know about it. But then Manas National Park got other than the jeep safari, jungle safari, or the elephant safari, or the rafting, that aru usore pazore fringe areas ot bahut gaon ase. It's a Boro area basically, but beleg tribes ase ba beleg সম্প্ৰদায়ৰ মানুহ আছে. So hey gaon পৰিবেশ explore kora ba tar pra jongolor through goi Bhutan joa. So there are a lot of things to explore there. It's a nice place to be. You should come. You're most welcome. And anybody who's watching, definitely. Please do come.
Okay. Reeky da apunar ekhini kotha gom palo apuni ite apunar childhood tur kotha ko kenekwa asile apuni?
Childhood, I was born in Dibrugarh. So Dibrugarh Assam Medical College, I studied in Dibrugarh Don Bosco till class 4. Class 5 or pra moi Guwahati ahi. So Dibrugarh childhood was different. Very nice in the sense that back then hey homoyot mane ma deutai okole school ole puthiyai die, even class nursery kg 1 ote okole school ot khuskari goi thaku. Ar tetiar mur memories hole school or pra khuskari aute mur bahut time lage. Time kele lage mon nola nordomat pot bang ase kekura ase
you sai mane
hey black sai ahute it used to take a lot of time. Plus hey how do I put it, Dibrugarh jaga tu tat mane hey junbla colonies ot moi dangor holu, tat hey আইতা সকলৰ লগত নামঘৰ যোৱা আৰু হেই যেটো warmth asile Dibrugarh, that was different. But then Guwahati is also special karon moi yat mor schoolor bhalekhini logor hol yat, plus Guwahatir mane the fact that moi jetia first Guwahati le ahilu, Guwahati rasta ba buildings dekhi I was like, oh, this is a big city. I mean like Dibrugarh was comparatively smaller. Ar Dibrugarh pra mur phuribole joa favorite destination asle Dergaon. Dergaon hor mur ma aru deutar native place. So tat mur mamar ghorole mane bosorot dubar sobe bhal pai. So tate aru he gaolia poribesh ঘৰৰ পৰা অলপ মানে উলালে এফালে হাইৱে আৰু অলপ ভিতৰ যদি হুমাই যাওঁ সিধা গাঁও পথাৰ জলফাই অমৰা এইবিলাক সিঙি খোৱা লেটেকুলৈকে সিঙি খোৱা মানে মনত আছে, which now when I go to Dergaon তাত মানে লেটেকুটো বাদে দিয়া এতিয়া দূৰলৈকে অকল ঘৰে দেখা পায় আৰু getting really populated. So hey childhood hey memories bilak I miss, which I also feel sad about the fact that probably my son will not get this opportunity to colony mane khela moi marble iman khela nai ba silao urba nai kintu cricket khelibole joa ba belek kiba khel
outdoor activities bilak komi goise ite
khub beshi asile agote. So those things are really special and they are sweet memories that I always cherish.
Okay. So apunar ite borto apunar Jia feature film Jia khonar ba olopman মানে লাইক কথা কো আপোনাৰ এক্সপেৰিয়েন্স তো কক কেনেকুৱা?
So GR moi he acting or all of agote moi koisiluwe that like things kept happening for me. I am thankful that I've been surrounded by people who really love me or believe in me. So, Jia Sharmistha was hell-bent on the fact that moi ekhon cinema korim. And she started writing a story. First, she was looking for a scriptwriter. She had the story, but she was looking for a scriptwriter. But then a lot of people told her that, why don't you write it for yourself? So then she started writing the script. And once, first draft hole, second draft hole. But ekdam first draft likhute, she had called me up that I'm writing the script and there is this character which you will have to play opposite me. Probably, how would I put it, like second lead in the film. So when she told me, I was like, oh, thik ase, hobo, korim.
Okay.
I did not imagine the thing to be so big. So then, and I also thought that it to homoy lagibo because I don't exactly remember, but I most probably to koisile around September, October around. And then all of a sudden she calls me up and she tells me that আমি December, January আমি shoot করিম.
Okay.
তেতিয়া মোৰ অলপ ভয় লাগিলে মানে feature film. I mean, like that's a big thing.
আৰু তাকো আপোনাৰ প্ৰথম.
মোৰ first, exactly. So যেতিয়া হেতু যেতিয়া ক'লে, then I was like, you better prepare because if someone is putting so much trust and belief in you, probably they must have seen something. And let me also give my 100%. So then script reading session at Bohilu. Then Kenny Bosumtari, the director, Sharmistha, me, and along with other actors as well, we sat down for rehearsals so that camera agot jate amar obostha beya hoy na jay. Because if you notice, Sharmistha is a seasoned actor, even if this is her first feature film, but she has acted before this. Kenny Bosumtari bahut kikhon cinema korise, and she is really passionate about acting. She wants to act. So her acting skills are different. But tar bahire baki jikhini actors ase, they are all newbies. Ipsita Hazarika is also good in acting. Tayu Kenny Bosumtari agot cinema korise.
Okay.
I was probably the one who's like first timer.
First time.
Karon tat baki Yudiru eta cameo ase, tat Siddhartha dar role ase, tat Mintu dar role ase, Malaba has done a fabulous job there. So সকলোৱে সব একদম seasoned actor. তাৰ মাজত I was a little nervous that way. But then film যেতিয়া time আহিলে after the rehearsals, and then they told me that you just have to play you. You have to be yourself. You don't have to be someone else. So that made me really comfortable. I basically play the guy who I am talking to right now. Cool and calm, not very angry or... It's not an action movie as well. It's a social film. It is a story of a single mother. And we recently screened that film at the Brahmaputra Valley Film Festival. And the response from the crowd who were present there was fabulous and I would say beyond my expectations. There were some people who had tears in their eyes. And that really, gave me a lot of boost that in future, jodi moi kiba acting or opportunity পাও
এতিয়াটো পায়ে যাব আৰু opportunity definitely পাব কাৰণ আপুনি এইখনত ইমান ভালকে কৰিছে যেহেতু আৰু আপুনি
I am fingers crossed, hoping for the best. বহুত
ভালকে এখন ভাল পাব এইখনৰ পিছত definitely. Okay, as a passionate motorcycle rider associated with Royal Enfield, enlighten us about your riding experience.
Okay, riding. So motorcycle
dekha paum bahut khini khuri
so riding, yes, I am passionate about riding. So like I said, the financial condition was not that great when I had started off. So then I decided that I'll save my own money. I'll start earning for myself and then I'll get a motorcycle for myself. So I had a different bike before Royal Enfield, but after that in 2014 I finally got my own Royal Enfield. And then I started riding. And tar pisot a major event that took place was in 2015. That is kiman 8 bosor man agot. So 2015 NERM, Northeast Riders Meet, is a event which is being hosted by the states of the Northeast and it keeps on traveling. Like ei bosor jodi Assomot hol, next year Manipurot hobo, next year Mizoram hobo. Whole Northeast tenekoke. So the first edition of Northeast Riders Meet, which was organized in probably 2007 or 8, if I'm not mistaken, was organized in Assam. So then full cycle gotte kita Northeastern state ghuri poki goi 2015 ot ako Assomole ahile. So then Bulls of Assam is the club who was the host club for Northeast Riders Meet, and people in Bulls of Assam by that time were already very good friends with me. So they told me that, Reeky, you need to get involved in this, and I was more than happy to get involved. I myself produced an entire documentary out of it called The Motorcycle Journal. মোৰ YouTube channel it's still uploaded there. Reeky Sharma boli juntu mur channel ase. I don't have much content there, but then that content is still there because that particular content was really special to me. I had worked along with Digonto Gogoi on that. He did the camera and the editing on that, but we together did the entire thing. And that in a way, you know, really helped me venture into this world of audiovisual production because tar agor loike moi he news channelor logot jorito asilu, which is also a kind of audiovisual production, but then to get into documentary kind of audiovisual production, so that was like the door for me, which really helped me to understand a lot of things about audiovisual production. And hey, 2014-15 or hetur pisot met a lot of people. I traveled to a lot of places. Tar pasot to enokwa hol mane bike khon cholabole mon jay. Duliajanot logor lora biya ase. Ogniv Gogoi, he's also a journalist who was working with me in NETV earlier. He's still a journalist now, and he's still working as a journalist. So I remember attending Ogniv's marriage at Duliajan on my motorcycle.
Wow.
Then Anurag Saikia's, who's a musician, I went to attend his wedding on a motorcycle. So I just used to need certain excuses to ride.
Motorcycle khon ride koribo
so
karone.
Pasigat, Zero, ba ifale North Bengal or fale joa mela. But I somehow believe that maybe with time I'll ride more. Then I had my son in my life. Where responsibilities came in, and then things, riding and all, took a backseat for a while. But then the spark is still there, the motorcycle is still there, and I'm going to keep that motorcycle with me for my lifetime. And then I'll take that to whichever place I go.
Okay. বহুত ভাল লাগিলে শুনি কিনে আপুনি এটা ৰৈ আছে মানে আশা কৰি আছে পেশেন্স মানে একদম মানে আপোনাৰ এন্টাৰপ্ৰেনাৰ লাইফ আপোনাৰ এংকৰিং জাৰ্নি খিনি গম পালো ভয়েস ওভাৰ যোনটো দিয়ে আপুনি মানে সিক্ৰেটটো কি হয় মানে আপুনি অলপমান জনাকচোন মানে কি মানে কেনেকুৱা মানে কি কৰিব লাগে এইবোৰৰ কাৰণে মানে
ভয়েস ওভাৰস আমাৰ নিউজ চেনেলত যেতিয়া ষ্টৰী বিলাকৰ কাৰণে ভয়েস দিও so then tare jitu recording setup asile that setup was very basic soundproofing bhal nohoy it was not a very good acoustic setup but just a chamber of sorts mane moi yat eneke bohibo parisu yat computer tu ase very small setup aru iman mane hobo aru khub beshi to tat moi voice over to di ahi jaoge and then when the story is played then a lot of my colleagues used to really appreciate my voice. I was like, what's so special? When sobe voice over DSA, my voice is also sounding similar, nothing different. Plus, hetu time transmission was 720p. So that ami jimane HD edit kori ba pura .wav file upload kori edit kori bhalke jiye nokoru transmission quality hey degrade hoye. So I never used to find anything special. So then hey moi je kolu that slowly and steadily I started getting a few voiceover projects. So the first time I went into an acoustic studio and got the talkback in my head, and that was a proper acoustic studio. They had reverb, they actually, you know, mixed my voice. And then I could hear my own voice. Generally, ami jetia kotha patu, amar nijor voice to ami shuna napao. Like, I am not hearing my voice the way you are hearing it. So it's only in an acoustic studio when you go and when you put on that headphone and then when you speak in front of the microphone. So that day when I spoke and then I heard my own voice and I was like, okay, manubilake hoyto ene koi thoka nasile, I can try this professionally. So hey tetiar pra voiceovers or kam start hol and documentaries, ads ba kunuba character karone dub kora বা নিজৰে যিখিনি ষ্টৰিজ আছিলে বা নট ইনষ্টাগ্ৰাম ষ্টৰিজ বাট বেক দেন নিউজ ষ্টৰিজ বা হোৱাট এভাৰ যিয়ে নাযাওক দূৰদৰ্শনত মই এম্পেনেলড আছিলোঁ এজ এন এংকাৰ এজ এ ভইচ অভাৰ আৰ্টিষ্ট এজ এ স্ক্ৰিপ্ট ৰাইটাৰ তো তাত ভইচ অভাৰ্ছখিনি কৰা মেলা যেতিয়া কৰিলোঁ শ্ল'লি এণ্ড ষ্টেডলি আই কেপ্ট লাৰ্ণিং দ্য ক্ৰাফ্ট এণ্ড দ্য জাৰ্ণি হেজ বিন গ'য়িং অন টিল নাও এণ্ড As far as the voice is concerned, I have to thank my father for that. My father has a similar voice.
Okay.
If he talks to you over the phone and if I talk to you over the phone, you won't be able to
Okay,
differentiate.
pura similar, ekdom
Yeah,
similar.
so the voice is basically a
Okay.
gift from my dad, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. মানে uncle thank you ক'ব লাগিব, তেখেতক thank you.
Exactly.
Okay. আপোনাৰ ভইচ অভাৰৰ আমি গম পালো এতিয়া আপুনি যেতিয়া শ্ব' হোষ্ট কৰে লাইক বহুত ক্ৰাউডৰ মাজত আপুনি নাৰ্ভাছ ফিল হয় নে ষ্টেজ ফিয়াৰ বুলি এটা যে থাকে যে আপোনাৰ কেনেকুৱা মানে প্ৰথমটো আপোনাৰ কেনেকুৱা আছিলে যেতিয়া আপুনি
মই ফাৰ্ষ্ট টেলিভিজন এংকাৰিং কৰোঁতেও আমাৰ অসমীয়াত যে কয় ফাটি যায় বুলি মোৰ বহুত অৱস্থা বেয়া হৈছিলে মই যেতিয়া ফাৰ্ষ্ট ষ্টুডিঅ' ৰেকৰ্ডিং কৰিব গৈছোঁ তেতিয়াও মোৰ অৱস্থা বেয়া হৈছে এক্টিঙতো মোৰ অৱস্থা বেয়া হৈছে চিমিলাৰলি ফাৰ্ষ্ট যেতিয়া ষ্টেজ শ্ব' কৰিব গৈছোঁ তেতিয়াও ইউ ৱন্ট বিলিভ দ্য ফাৰ্ষ্ট লাইভ শ্ব' দেট আই ডিড অন এনি টিভি তাত মই I didn't realize, but I was talking to the camera and I was shaking my leg like this.
Okay.
And I was lip smacking like this without even realizing because there were a lot of lights there and it dries up your mouth. So without realizing, I was doing this. So then in any TV, what they do is they record the show for you to be able to watch it, to analyze how you did. So they recorded it and I saw my thing and I was like, holaru. Aji mur first match asile, moi aji duck marilu. I am out. This is not my cup of tea. So then I was a little disheartened. Disheartened hoi moi tetia I had a scooty. So moi scooty loi moi ghorle goi asu. And that was the morning show. So tar karone uthibo lage ratiba 5 tat. Studio goi pabo lage ratiba 6 tat. And then show hoy 7 tar pra 8 ta lage. Tar bahirot ulai cha ta khai. I was coming back home at around 8:30. And then all of a sudden my phone rang and I got a phone call from Dergaon.
Okay.
And I could hear claps. They had got the news that I'll be live on television. Amar usore pajore jiman around 40-50 people were in front of the television watching me despite all my flaws. They were so happy they clapped after the show. And when they were clapping, I was there on Chanmari flyover. I sat down there and I cried that day. Because that was like a very emotional moment for me. And that day I decided again, I thought that no, if so many people they have that belief on me, I need to try to better myself. Whatever mistakes I've made, is a done and dusted case. Yeah, so then I decided that I'll do that. So basically coming back to the fact that stage fear to asile na nai. Stage fear, to be honest, even today, but that is like for the first 10 or 20 seconds when I get the mic. And honestly speaking, an anchor is as good as the audience. An anchor can do nothing if there is no audience. We are as good as the crowd. So when I get on stage, if it's a rock show and then I get on stage, hello people, how are you doing? And then they all roar and they scream. That very moment it all goes away and then you are like, okay, me and the audience are one and I need to take care of them. And I've always kept this thing in my mind that as an anchor, we don't need to be a Shah Rukh Khan on stage. We are an anchor. There's a very definite name to it, master of ceremonies or anchor, like the boat anchor that you have. So what an anchor needs to talk on stage has to be very, very precise. Na zada, na kam. So I've always maintained that and I'm thankful to the industry in Assam, in Northeast. I've gone and anchored in Nagaland, in Arunachal, in Delhi as well. So I'm really thankful that people who have hired me once as a freelancer, as an anchor I'm a freelancer, who have hired me once, they've hired me again and again. So Brahmaputra Valley Film Festival is one film festival which I've hosted for around 6-7 times. And then again, that was an emotional moment to see my own film getting screened there. And yeah, so that's about it. I mean, like anchoring is really special. That connect with the audience, that gives a very nice feeling.
Okay. So আমি বহুতখিনি কথা জানিলো এতিয়া বৰ্তমান মই আৰম্ভণিতে কৈছিলো ইন্ট্ৰো দিওতে কৈছিলে যে আপুনি ইউ আৰ আ গুড সিঙ্গাৰ এজ ৱেল সো এতিয়া আপোনাৰ এটা টাইম আহি গৈছে অলপমান জাস্ট
which I am not pretty sure about that I am a good singer কিন্তু I do like to sing especially amar ghorot my wife Alia she cooks really good and there are a lot of people who come to our house to have a nice dinner And then my singing is limited to putting up a post on Instagram maybe, or singing to all those people who are there. But তাহাঁতিও এতিয়া মোৰ গান শুনি শুনি বৰ হৈ গৈছে, তাহাঁতি নুশুনে আৰু আজিকালি, তাহাঁতি লাইক ৰিকিদা বহক কথা পাতো বোলে। So that's the thing. So নতুন কোনোবাই শুনিলে they are really interested, but এবাৰ দুবাৰ শুনাৰ পিছত they are like okay হৈ গ'ল বহুত শুনিলো আৰু, because since my stock is very limited, so I keep on singing and humming those same numbers. And when I'm all alone, if it's raining, I'm in my balcony with my guitar, that is when I experiment with new songs. But nobody would want to hear that, because that is when I'm trying out things. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, all of man, just.
Okay. Sai gam de.
No problem nahi.
Tera chehra kitna सुहाना लगता है, तेरे आगे चांद पुराना लगता है, तेरा चेहरा कितना सुहाना लगता है, तिरछे तिरछे तीर नजर के लगते हैं, तिरछे तिरछे तीर नजर के लगते हैं, सीधा सीधा दिल पे निशाना लगता है, सीधा सीधा दिल पे निशाना लगता है, तेरे आगे चांद पुराना लगता है, तेरा चेहरा कितना सुहाना लगता है. Thank you.
কেনেকুৱা ধুনীয়া হৈছে,
Thank you.
কেনেকুৱা ধুনীয়া হৈছে মানে.
Thank you.
না আপুনি বেছি নাৰ্ভাছ হৈ আছিলে, এনে নাৰ্ভাছ হৈ আছিলে আপুনি?
No, এইটোত মই সঁচাকে একদম বহুত বেছি নাৰ্ভাছ হৈ যাওঁগে।
কিবা এটা নাৰ্ভাছ হয় মানে তেখেতে, কোনোবা এটাতো আছে উইকনেছ।
নাই গানত একচুৱেলি, বিকজ কেতিয়াও একো ফৰ্মেল শিক্ষা বা আই হেভ নেভাৰ লাৰ্ণড এনিথিং। আমাৰ স্কুলত there was a teacher who had given us basic for say around 2-3 years, a sa re ga ma pa enuka sa sa re re ga ga. So that was like hey initial schoolote ji olop hika. And I remember my teacher telling me to stand up and sing. So, Reeky, you sing whatever I taught just now. And then after I used to sing, she used to tell all of you just sing like Reeky. So that's the only positive in my life.
Enake motivation paise.
Exactly.
So Dada, balancing multiple roles including singing, acting, ami dekhi dakhai palu. So like how do you stay motivated?
I won't say I stay always motivated. There are downs in life. Sometimes even I feel that I'm good for nothing. Muru enoka phase jai life ot.
Okay.
But then how do I put it? That's absolutely normal, I say. I mean, there is no one who probably doesn't go through lows in life. And we should start acknowledging the fact that it's okay to feel low sometimes. But then to bounce back, like, you know, Hindi film otu bahut tenoka dialogue ase. Punch khai pori joatu danor kotha nohoy. But to get up and again get up on that fight, and you know, there are a lot of people who motivate me, my wife, my parents, my son, my friends all around me. And at times even I motivate myself. At times when I question myself too much, and then something like this happens where you have called me for an interview and I start feeling really good about myself, and I start feeling that no, Reeky, you have to do really well in life. You have to do exactly well in life. For me is to be doing things that I love to do. I had never imagined that মই কেতিয়াও ভবা নাছিলো that just Royal Enfield motorcycle খন কিনি মই অলপ চলপ ফুৰি মেলি দুই এটা ভিডিঅ' দিওঁতে মোক ইয়াৰে কোনোবা ছেটেলাইট চেনেলে ট্ৰেভেলক হোষ্ট কৰিবলৈ মাতি দিব. I did not do that thinking that I'll get that opportunity. But when I did whatever I did whatever I love to do, and I kept on doing that. And there are a lot of friends of mine who are really doing well today in terms of how do I put it, bank balance, I would say. But when we meet, that also motivates me in a way that tahati muk koy that je Reeky tuk sai kintu khub bhal lage that you do what you love to do, what you have loved to do. As a kid when I was in school, be it be a debate competition or be it be an extempore speech competition or being a part of a play, participating in sports. So my porha hunat, I was not a gadha student, but I was average. But ebilagot moi mane, that's why I was really known, like nursery pra class mane gutei sob
popular guy asile mane
school sobe chini paim hetu, that was there hetu asile. But then again school, like I said, school was a smaller place and tat muk sobe chini pai. Tar pra moi jetia Guwahati Commerce golu, that's a really big place. Eta section of, there are 200 students and then back then in my time we had around 5 sections. So at a class of 800-900 students. So again at politics ase, elections, politics. So even if you are good at playing, probably some sports secretary's friend will get an opportunity in the team, not me. So all of those things had really disheartened me. So many of my college friends, our college at thakute mur enaka dari iman dari nasile, but he dighol suli. So hey to time of jone muk dekhise, they will not probably recognize me. None of my college teachers recognize me now. So college was not a very good phase for me in terms of participating whatever is happening in the college. But yeah, I made some really good friends in college and the times I spent with them were really special. But otherwise, participative point of view, college was not that great for me.
Okay. Apuni ei matro college e suli dikhol asile. Ame apuna eta dekha pai asu je mane suli khini gutei khini mane white hoye ase, mane adha white adha black, mane apuni nije korise na like naturally.
Etu mane I don't know.
Bote bhal pai actually apunar juntu hairstyle eta bortoman hoye ase.
But I am elehua guy in terms of wanting grooming myself and all. So this is like ebar jodi color kori dilu. So this is all natural gray that I've got. I don't know. There might be some deficiency actually. Nohole etu boyokhot iman suli nopoke. So but then pokiseo jodi olop hey agor dinor so I'm like okay thik hai rene do isko aise hi
so bhalo pai ase ko nai.
Good for me.
Yeah, good for you. So eta bortoman eta rapid fire round jam.
Okay,
ketaman questions apunak dim, so apni speedily jikhini pare answer dibo. Okay. So like your favorite peak while riding motorcycle, on road or off road?
On road.
On road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off road I'll prefer to walk.
Okay.
Instead of breaking a bone.
Okay. If your grey hair had superpowers, what would they be?
If my grey hairs
had superpowers. Jodi superpower thakile hoy apunar soli kini. So ki hola hoy mane?
Oh, if my grey hair would have superpowers, what would I be? I would be Doctor Strange, I guess.
Okay. So, if you had a comedy show, what would be your signature joke?
If I had a comedy show, what would be my signature joke? This cannot be a question for a rapid fire round. I know a lot of non-veg jokes which I cannot be sharing here, which will make everyone laugh when the camera is off, but not for the camera.
We got it. Yeah. Okay. If you could time travel to your childhood, what advice would you give your younger self?
If I could time travel, what advice would I give my younger self? To be more in the moment. As a child, I used to be very lost most of the time. Like with my surroundings, with people. Like if I see someone, I used to just get really inspired indirectly. But then I used to get stunned or maybe a little carried away a lot of times. Okay. Be it be studies or whatever. So cricket khelibo jaote hey mane cricket besi mane carried away hoi jua jai. Okay. So that is one thing I would have told my younger self, to be a little bit more focused.
Okay. So if you could narrate a documentary about your life, what would it be called?
Things keep happening. Kept happening, I would say. Yeah, things kept happening.
If you could have a conversation with any fictional character, who would it be?
I would have a conversation with Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man.
Okay, Iron Man. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to dance move at parties?
Go to dance move.
Go to
You should
dance
check my Instagram account for that. There are a lot of very ugly dance moves because when I dance, I don't think about how good I am at the dance floor. I just dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if your life had a theme song,
Yeah.
what would it be? What would it be?
If my life had a theme song.
Theme song.
ये हौसला कैसे झुके, ये आरज़ू कैसे रुके, the song from the film, I forgot the door, I guess, the name of the film. Yeah.
Okay.
So that song has
Okay.
really motivated me a lot of times.
Okay, so that is for the rapid fire round. So, এতিয়া বৰ্তমান আমি শেষৰ পিনে আহি আছো। এটা মানে এডভাইস যদি দিব লগা আছে আমাৰ ভিউৱাৰ্ছক, মানে যোনে ভয়েস ওভাৰ আৰ্টিষ্ট মানে হ'ব খোজে, মানে কি এডভাইস দিব তেখেতক?
Voice over artist hobole, first of all, whichever language you are doing the voice over in, you have to get hold of the pronunciations first of all, because with wrong pronunciation there's no point of modulation or a very good voice as well. So first of all, you have to have a very good ear. So as a kid, when I grew up, I was a ardent, and I still am a very ardent fan of cricket. So as a kid, I used to listen to Harsha Bhogle, Sunil Gavaskar, Ravi Shastri, and the likes of Greg Chappell. All these commentators, basically. So I used to listen to the words that they used to say, and when the highlights used to play later on, so I used to try and talk along with them.
Okay.
And for me, pronouncing a word properly is very, very important, in terms of the fact that I can speak English, I can speak Bengali, I can speak Assamese, I can speak Hindi, and I can also speak Marwari.
Okay.
So Marwari is something which I have picked up in the last 2 years.
Okay.
One of my partners, I started talking to him in Marwari. So basically, if you have a good ear to regarding the particular language, and mother tongue influence is something you can come over. Even I have MTI in terms of the fact that when jetia moi eta English script ekhon pao, he English scriptor jetia voice over di thaku, tar majot jetia eta ghopokke Assamia shobdo ahi jay ba eta Assamia voice over di thaku, tat jetia majote ghopokke eta English word eta ahi jay, tat moru bhul hoi jay. So but then things get better only with practice, and nothing will happen overnight, that's for sure. And you have to follow the best of the best in the industry. As the international market, I'm a big fan of the people who dub for international movies like Transformers, Optimus Prime, the way they do those voiceovers, and the way they dub. Even actors in India who dub for international movies, the way they portray those characters in Hindi language. So voiceover has a lot of different, how do I put it? Ways where you can go. You can be a mimicry artist, you can be a dubbing artist, you can be one of those voiceover artists who does voiceovers for Discoveries and Nat Geo, or you can be doing voiceovers for ads. So it's a very wide gamut of, it's a very big field that not too many options here in the Northeast.
Yes.
But then if you want to actually become a very good voiceover artist, shift to Mumbai. Or to some other place where there is a lot of work, and then you must have heard the guys who when you call someone, is line ki sabhi line vyast hai, that is also a voiceover artist job.
Okay.
When you call a railway inquiry, the so and so train number will arrive, the computerized voice, someone has fed all those words and letters into that software sometime, so that you get all those messages. So যদি আজি কোনোবাই ধুনিয়াকে কৈছে শুনি ভাল লাগে, আগৰ কিছুমান ভয়েস আছিলে ফোন কৰিলে এজ ইফ লাইক কিয় ফোন কৰিছ এনেকুৱা টাইপতে মানে ভয়েসটো আহে. So it's a very wide job. আজিকালি even there are big machineries which when you purchase those machineries, which are really complicated machineries, you'll get an audio file along with that where a voice will play, and you set up that machine, or you learn to run that machine according to that voice, whatever the voice says. There are audio books nowadays for people to listen to. So voiceover that's a huge industry, and it's up to you what is your forte. what is it that you like to do, and that's it. I mean, like, practice. You will have to practice a lot to perfect it.
Okay, thank you দাদা, thank you so much. আপুনি ইমানখিনি টাইম দিলে, আপোনাৰ কথা বহুতখিনি গম পালো, বহুত ভাল লাগিলে আপোনাক মানে ইয়াতে আহি কিনে, it's a pleasure for us, so thank you so much.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to be here in such a prestigious organization like the Assam Tribune, jonkhon newspaper porhi ami dangor hoisu, tare etu digital wing, and my best wishes to the digital wing of the Assam Tribune, and such a wonderful team here who are working along with you.
Thank you
and
so
my
much.
best wishes, and I'm really honored and privileged to be here in front of the camera for the Assam Tribune.
Thank you so much, Chira. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Well then, viewers, that's it. That is all for today. We'll be back with more such exciting episodes. Until then, stay tuned to the Assam Tribune, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.
Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the Assam Tribune.